All right, welcome to DeanBodi Show. DeanBodi Show. Hey, everybody, what's going on? Happy Saturday. Shabbat Shalom. Hey, happy Hanukkah. Shabbat Shalom. Hey, happy Hanukkah. Shabbat Shalom. Hey, happy Hanukkah. Yeah. What's going on? I hope you're having a nice Hanukkah day 2 or whatever you're celebrating today. Hopefully, it's a great day. And, what can I tell you? All kinds of stuff going on here, DeanBodi, and we're going to get into that in just a sec. Who's the good girl? Good girl, Bodie. Good girl, Bodie. She's the best girl in the world. Oh, yeah. DeanBodi.com, 800-878-9698. Bodie Hotline, Bodie Funline. Call it. Say hi to Bodie. She's waiting for you. Sing her a song. Share a little story with her. Very small, short story would be good, so we could share it and make it a feature on the show. Say your name, where you're from. Something simple. Keep it simple. Do your little zippity-doo-dah, do your little sing-along, because we'll sing it with you. We love the rough edges over here, DeanBodi. And, DeanBodi.com is the website. We got the links on there. I want to get you over to the podcast, Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. And the other link will get you over to the YouTube channel, DeanBodi space show, YouTube channel. All right. Hey, man, we're cooking fish over here today. Some beautiful salmon fillets. We got the skirt steak going, the bulletproof coffee with the ghee and the MCT oil for brain power and all kinds of other crazy stuff, a little pinch of pink Himalayan salt, a little splash of unsweetened macadamia nut milk. Boom! We got yourself a bulletproof coffee that nobody else is doing but DeanBodi. No, I'm kidding. That's how we're doing it, and it's pretty yummy. What's cool about this is everything you eat or you're drinking or whatever you're doing has a purpose. Nothing's overdone. Nothing is, not trying to help the body function better. So we're on this journey, and let me tell you, please God, I hope it works. And if I can go down this road and let's say I can go 6 months without any kind of gout flare-up, with doing a lot of things that the gout community over the last 100 years has been telling me to do, and I'm doing the opposite, pretty much the opposite, almost. But anyway, it's pretty close, and we're going to see. I'm either going to be back at the urgent care, hobbling around on my knees, or we're going to come out the other side, and we're going to learn a different way and try to get to what I always say, let's get to the truth instead of just listening to the same old psychobabble, because you do the same thing over and over again expecting a different result. We all know what that is. That's pure insanity. Oh, so listen. We were going through this. I don't know how this is going to turn out. We're doing a little nighttime version, and I'm talking about those of you listening on the podcast. Got to get over to the YouTube channel. You'll see the interesting lighting, and I had some glare going on in my glasses on the last episode or the last couple in a row. And I'm like, what is going on all of a sudden? Is my anti-glare that I got on my glasses from LensCrafters finally wearing off after 5 years? Is that part of the little trick to get you back in and let you know that your eyes are worse or whatever they're trying to do? These lobbyists, that you can't get a new pair of glasses until you get a new prescription every single year? Seriously? I mean, I know my eyes, and when the year comes rolling around, it isn't like I just go blind and I start bumping into walls. So let's get real. If we want a new pair and we like our old prescription, which basically is that we like because we see really well and we can read stuff and we can see signs far away, that's a pretty good indicator that we're good to go with some new frames there. Mr. and Mrs., we're going to make up the rules the way we see them. Unbelievable. So I guess we got to deal with it anyway. And so I'm going through this glare thing with the lighting. And I'm like, I've never seen it that bad before. When you're wearing glasses and doing video, you're going to run into this unless you have the perfect light set up, nailed to the ceiling, one on the left, one on the right, and it's balancing it out, or you got them off to the side. Usually in the daytime, my windows are off to the side, so it's much better. But long story short with the eye thing, glasses, I'm getting a glare like I've never seen before. I'm seeing pictures in the glasses, and I'm like, what is going on? So I'm spraying them, and I'm trying to, it must be the oil, and I'm getting whatever. I got something on them, and I'm buffing them with the chamois, and I'm really getting them extra clean. Maybe there's some grease on there. And I realize I'm lying in bed, and you have one of those light bulb aha moments. And guess what it was? I had my other phone that I was using for the sound effects app, and it was shining towards my face, and some of the apps were projecting their little images onto my glasses. So hopefully this one's going to come out a little bit better, but we got the ambient light in the apartment behind me, along with, of course, the fireplace behind me, because it's nice and cool outside and brings a little coziness for me and the Bodhi, because I love my Bodhi hanging out by the fireplace. And so we'll see how it goes. And it can't be any worse than it was. But the podcast doesn't matter because it's all audio. But the visual, we're trying to get it dialed in. Hey, we went over 30 days without doing it on a hiatus because of my little adrenal situation. We're not going to talk about that today, but we started to kind of fumble around with, God, do I remember how to set all this stuff up? Anyways, I moved the microphone over a little bit so it's closer to my mouth when I talk. That should be better for the sound. I adjusted the equalizer, and we brought down the low, we turned up the low tones 2 notches. We turned down the high tones 2 notches, and we took the mid-range and we bumped it up a notch. And we hit the compressor, and we hit the noise cancellation. I think we're more dialed in. I think it does sound better. So, we don't want to sound too high-pitchy, and we don't want to sound too low-lowy. We don't want to sound too mid-middy either. We're trying to get it dialed in. And GarageBand is, if you futz around with the controls, you can definitely make some cool changes. That being said, we cooked up some great salmon today. We cooked up some skirt steak, salt and pepper, the nutritional yeast, put that on the salmon. We put the nutritional yeast on the steak. Bodhi went to town, a few plates of the very thinly sliced skirt steak with the nutritional yeast on it. Yumbo. And I think she's turning the corner on her, bacterial stuff on the skin and the folliculitis and all of that. We just got a few more days on her antibiotics, and we're doing the hot spot spray, calming things down. I think we're going to turn the corner, and hopefully, as my vet said, it's not recurring, and he said she didn't get it from another dog or this or that. I'm just going to go by what he says and try to believe 90% of it, and the rest of it, I got to drag information out of this doctor for Bodhi as I do for my own. It's just the way it's going to be. This is what you got to do. You got to dig deep. You got to dive down and get it all dialed in. So we just went for a nice long walk around the neighborhood. Bodhi's pushing me. I'm still hobbling around, and it's going to take some time, and that's just the way it's going to be. So we're just going one day at a time. And guess what popped into my mind as I was thinking about the walking and what I was going through and the holiday season and being a kid and, watching some of the fun holiday cartoons, on the TV when I used to, this is before you had the remote control and you sit real close to the TV. You got your little pajamas on with the little footsies on the pajama and, you're tapping your feet together and you're getting your little whatever and you're watching the cartoons, and Frosty the Snowman cartoon popped in my head. So I started singing that song, put one foot in front of the other, if you remember this song. And it's about, if I could set the scene a little bit, it's about the scary warlock. And the warlock is trying to mess up Christmas, I think, and doing things and messing up the holiday. He was an angry warlock. And then Kris Kringle decides to have a talking to with this warlock guy. And, he was like to the warlock, and he's way up, and it looks like the snowy warlocky where he lives. And he's talking to him, and he says, and the warlock doesn't think he can change. And Kris Kringle says, "You mean changing from bad to good?" And he goes, Oh, that's as easy as taking your first step. All you got to do is put one foot in front of the other, and soon you'll be walking across the floor. Put one foot in front of the other, and soon you'll be walking out the door. And I'm singing this song. I remember watching this as a kid and singing these songs. Oh my God, I had to put it on YouTube, and there it was, the scene. Just type in Frosty the Snowman, put one foot in front of the other, and it will come up. You'll get a kick out of it. And watching the Warlock. And then the Warlock, finally, he starts doing it, putting one foot in front of the other and moving along, and he changes his mindset, and he didn't like the guy he saw in the mirror, and he wants to be a better person. Kris Kringle turned the guy around. Again, the Warlock put one foot in front of the other, and he was walking down across the floor and out the door. All right, Warlock guy. If he can do it, I can do it. If he can turn his frown upside down, you can turn your frown upside down. If we can put one foot in front of the other and get across the floor and out the door, so can you. All right. Hey, Millie.
Yeah. Do you remember when you used to watch that Frosty the Snowman cartoon and all? Yeah, I remember that stuff. Put one foot in front of the other. That's a great cartoon. Wow, DeanBodi, that's funny.
So, man, listen, what a day we're having today, man. And we just took a nice, like I said, a nice long walk. It's beautiful weather out here. I think we got some rain coming. And tomorrow looks like it's going to be a rainy day. So that's the way it goes. We're doing our cooking over here. We're walking around with Bodie outside. And we're having a nice day. And I hope you are as well. So, listen. Let's keep this thing going. We're having a great time doing this DeanBodi Show. She's a good girl, Bodie. She's the best girl in the world, yeah. The good girl, Bodie, yeah. The best girl in the world, oh yeah. DeanBodi.com, 800-878-9698, Bodie Hotline, Fun Line. Call the Bodie line, say something fun, say a little riddle, a little pun. You can do it. We'll make it a feature on the show. Let's do it. DeanBodi.com. Click the like button. Ring that notification bell. You don't want to miss any of these shows because these are real shows. We're coming at you daily, DeanBodi, because life comes at you daily, not weekly and monthly, right? So subscribe if you like what's going on over here. And on the podcast, if you would, leave a 5-star rating and a nice review. Hey, if you got time, if you could do it, it'll give that algorithm a good punch in the you-know-where and send it to the you-know-who and up into the you-know-where. All right. So we're getting close to the next benchmark as far as downloads. We're almost at 5,500. I think we got about, 20 more to go. And Buzzsprout's going to give us a congratulations, which we'll post. So we're getting close, and the numbers are starting to go back up the other way because the energy is back, DeanBodi. All right, we're not playing around no more, and we're going to deal with what we got to deal with. Listen, life keeps rolling. Things keep happening. Curveballs keep coming, and you got to learn how to hit the curveballs too. And if you don't have a little time frame on something, you learn how to be a little patient. But you got to do the right things nutritionally to at least set your body in a place, put your body in a place where it can fix itself. Create an environment so it has the tools to repair itself at whatever pace it's going to go. Sometimes you cannot accelerate the process. Sometimes there's no magic button. There's no moving it faster than the body wants to go. In a way, maybe it's a good thing because it's going to correct itself the right way. It's no fun going through it, but sometimes that's just the way it is. And you'll come out the other side bigger, better, and stronger. And you learn things from all this suffering. That's when you learn stuff. You don't learn from things you do right. You learn from things you do wrong. And you learn through the hard times and the tough times. That's what gives you a thicker skin. That's what makes other things, when you get to some things down the road, don't seem so hard because of what you've been through. And that's the way it is, man. All the battle scars and all the stuff that you have, these are lessons in life that you came out of it. And, you'll come out of these also, So we're walking around the neighborhood, and Bodie sees this squirrel. And the squirrel is chowing down big time. This thing's got a holiday feast at the base of this tree. It's I don't know what it's got. It's got these little fruits it's eating. It's got these little nuts it's chewing. And Bodhi stops and hits the brakes big time. Like staring at this squirrel, and Bodhi's frozen. While the squirrel is like glances at Bodhi and just goes right back to eating. So I got a short video of it. I'm going to post that on the Facebook. But it was adorable. And Bodhi was getting a kick out of this squirrel as it just kept eating. Bodhi kept staring. And I had to kind of really call her and pull her to get her out of there. Bodhi was locked in and didn't really know what to do because usually these things fly up the tree and run away. This one was like, hey, I'm eating dinner whether you like it or not, and you're not scaring me away so you can eat my dinner. Ain't gonna happen. Tough squirrel. I think they're getting tougher, and Bodhi was a little bit tripping out on this whole thing, and I thought it was the cutest thing ever. And anyways, listen, you just keep putting one foot in front of the other. And, put one foot in front of the other. And soon you'll be walking across the floor. Put one foot in front of the other. And soon you'll be walking out the door. That's life, baby. All right? DeanBodi.com is the website. Listen, make it a great day. Let's make it a great weekend. Tomorrow we got football. Hey, I hope your team wins. I know my Miami Dolphins. Hey, listen, I am from Miami, Florida. This isn't like I was born in, Philadelphia, but I like the Dolphins, one of these crazy brains. I go by where I was planted and where I was born. First of all, 400 trillion to 1, you even made it to the planet. Way to go. You're here. You made it. Congratulations. So I was born into the Dolphins from Miami, so that's my team. And the Pittsburgh Steelers just lost their first one. That wipes out their undefeated season, so Miami's still the only team from 1972 undefeated season. Oh, yeah. Have a great day. DeanBodi.com. All right.